Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and obviously, welcome to the channel, and here we are in a new studio in Puerto Rico. So if you hear an echo, well, guess what? The studio is not fully filled out, and in reality, my paintings, okay? Everything is on the floor. However, though, the grind don't stop. We gotta stay on it, and that's why, in this video, we're going to be breaking down inflation and why you should be worried about it and what is actually going on, okay? And by the way, inflation is one of the scariest things possible because basically it does not matter how good you are at saving money, because in reality your money is going to lose value, and at that point it just won't matter anymore. So what exactly can you do to go ahead and protect yourself from inflation to make sure that your money is going to be okay and you don't go broke by tomorrow or by Sunday or by Friday? That's the goal for this video right here. Now, if you guys are new here, I post videos every single day, and I promise you, usually we don't have an echo. However, today we do. So make sure to go ahead and basically subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified. And on top of that, also destroy the like button, because guess what? We still post videos every single day. And yes, officially, I do live in Puerto Rico. Now, the very first thing is, Tommy, okay, so what exactly is inflation and how does it work? Well, inflation is when the dollar loses its buying power, meaning you cannot buy the same things you could buy, for example, in the 1800s as you could today with the same amount of money. For example, okay, crazy example, all right? In the 1800s, okay, I could go to Brooklyn, New York, and with $10,000, I could buy around 4 homes, okay? 4 homes. With $10,000, I can't even afford a box in Manhattan, okay? You can't afford anything there. That's the idea. Over time, the dollar loses buying power. Now, why is that though, okay? It doesn't happen because of you or because of me or anyone out there, but it happens because basically the government goes ahead and they print more money. Now, one big thing is basically when the government goes ahead and they print more money, the dollar loses its value. It's kind of like, hey, if you saw a diamond every time you went outside, well, diamonds wouldn't really be that precious or that valuable, okay? So the more supply there is out there in the economy, the more money out there, well, your money becomes worth less and less. And that's why it's so dangerous. That's why it's so scary, because if you're saving money for a while, and you have, for example, hyperinflation, like 10% on average every single month and even more, the answer is, well, if you're saving money, your money is just worth less and less and less no matter what you do, okay? And it's not even your fault. And that's where things get very tricky, and that's why I want to tell you exactly how you go ahead and protect yourself. But by the way, don't get too excited about, hey, Tommy, I wish I lived in the 1800s. In reality, back then, guess what, okay? It was different, okay? Because back then, you worked between 12 to 14 to 16-hour days, and on top of that, you only got paid around $1.75 every single day. So you weren't really making that much money, and that's why back then a home was around like $2,500 in Brooklyn, New York, okay? Everything adjusted for inflation step by step. Now, the big thing is basically, okay, Tommy, I understand inflation. However, though, why does it actually happen? And on top of that, if it's not that good, why does the government go ahead and basically print more money, right? Why? Well, in reality, inflation is going to be the lesser evil. Here's why. Because if you don't have inflation, at least in this case, for example, like 2020, the pandemic, unemployment, all these things, what would you have instead? In reality, you would have a recession that would then lead, for example, into a depression where people basically lose faith, they start grabbing and hoarding their money, and before you know it, you have rising unemployment, and then you have a falling stock market, which then lead to a massive issue. So by the government saying, hey, we're gonna go ahead and print a bunch of money, they know printing more money is going to do 3 things. Well, number 1, it's going to go ahead and promote more spending, because guess what? If I have more money, I'm gonna go ahead and spend more money, right? On top of that, number 2, if I know that my money is losing value, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to invest it. I'm not going to hoard it, because I know for a fact my money is going to lose more and more value. Number 3, well, once people are spending money and investing money, well, guess what? Businesses now have a lot of money, a lot of demand, and to meet that, they need to hire more people or sustain their current employment forces, right? So now in reality, you also promote employment, not unemployment. Unemployment is very bad when people basically don't have jobs. So the idea is, well, we're gonna go ahead, that's the idea, by the way, behind why printing so much money. We're gonna go ahead and print a lot of money, also lower rates, because that way it becomes more cheaper to borrow money, and also people go ahead and spend money, invest money, and we have higher and higher raising employment rates, okay? That's the core foundation. Now, why exactly does inflation happen? Well, it's pretty simple, okay? I saw this example on YouTube also, and I think it works, so I'm gonna use it here. So let's say, for example, guys, let's say I have one gold coin, and it's back in the day of Rome and all that stuff. I have one gold coin, and I wanna buy an apple. An apple costs one gold coin. I go ahead, I buy that apple for one gold coin. Now let's say I find, for example, a mine of gold. And now I saw, for example, hey, I can make 100 pieces of gold with all the money I actually found in here. Well, all the gold I found, right? Now I go back to the apple guy. I buy 100 apples. Now he has 100 gold coins. He grabs that money and he spends it, for example, on the market to buy more fruits and more stuff. Now those people right there have more money. The farmer also has more money and all these things. Now you have an increase in demand. And before you know it, that money is now circulating in the economy, which now means more people have more money. And now in order to meet that demand, usually the farmer, or for example, the manufacturer, is going to have to go ahead and increase its prices to go ahead and meet that demand. And in reality, because there's more money in the economy, well, they can actually raise it knowing that basically there's money there to actually meet those new prices. That's also an example of basically inflation. And by the way, for everyone that thinks basically, hey, Tommy, it was so much better during the gold standard days, like in Rome and all that stuff. In reality, you also had debasement during those days. Because in reality, debasement is basically when you have like a gold coin, but back then to raise more money and raise more capital, the government would just basically mix the gold with silver and copper and alloy in order to make even more pieces of gold. And that is very complicated, but the basic idea is that inflation is whenever, for example, your money loses buying power. And the reason the government did it is in order to basically promote spending, promote investing, and also promote employment. Now, Tommy, I understand all these things. Hopefully, if you don't, comment down below, let me know. That's why I'm here for, even though I have an echo, and I'm sorry. But the whole idea is basically, how do I protect my money, Tommy? What can I do for that? The big thing is going to be basically what you want to do is you want to invest your money. Because, for example, if inflation is 4% or 5-6% every single year, but you make 12% to 10% of your money, guess what? You're going to be okay. Because in reality, you're making enough to keep up with inflation, but also enough to actually make your money. That's the whole idea. You have to make a profit. So I'm going to tell you this, okay, guys? You don't want to be like my mom. Okay, my mom loves having money, for example, has some money under the bed or in a bank these days, right? But the idea is she does not invest. So in reality, in the long term, that money is going to lose value. However, me, if I have my money invested, my money makes me more and more money. That way, I keep up with inflation. The only money you should have, for example, in cash is going to be, for example, your emergency fund for 3 to 6 months, obviously, because you need that money there for emergencies, okay? It's fine. And on top of that, also money for upcoming expenses. For example, like, buy a house, a down payment, all that stuff, that's fine. Because in reality, guess what? Although we have inflation, it's just short term, okay? We don't have hyperinflation. That's when things get scary, and that's when you have a problem. For example, 1970s to 1982, I think it was, you had interest rates being like around like 15%, 10% to actually buy a home. Like buying a home costs you like that much money in interest. On top of that, inflation was around like 10, 12% every single year. That is not what we have right now. That is scary. Right now, you're fine. Have your emergency account, right? For emergencies. Have, for example, money for upcoming expenses. For example, like a wedding or a down payment or a car you're going to buy. But the rest of your money, invest it, okay? Do not hoard money. It is going to hurt you in the end. That's the idea. And guys, as always, that is it for this video. comment down below any questions. If you need help, I'm here for that. On top of that, yes, new studio, okay? However, I'm gonna paint this wall right here, most likely black. Well, I'm gonna put this over the wall, make it black and so on. So give me a second, it's coming along, but that's the goal, guys, okay? And by the way, guys, comment down below any questions you have about videos, what you want me to make and all that stuff, because again, I'm back, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. On top of that, also, if you guys want to talk to me one-on-one, well, join me on my third channel called TommyBryson, where I take calls, link down below. Schedule a call for free today, link down below, okay? You can talk to me for 30 minutes for free. On top of that, also, if you guys want to DM me right here on Instagram at TommyBryson. And before I go, click my face right here. And also, if you want to watch another video, here's another video right here on how to actually go ahead and invest. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, peace.